Learning these 5 simple techniques completely changed the way I approach my business life, my relationships, and the work-life balance between them. If you're a busy professional guy struggling to keep the spark alive, then this is made for you. Because I've been there trying to decide between the woman I love and the work I was doing, and always feeling like I was getting nowhere with that tug of war going on. If you follow this guide, you'll be one of the few guys who knows how to do it all. And number 5 will play a big part in it. You may feel that you're smashing at work, but things have plateaued at home. You might be worried that your relationship won't be able to survive thanks to your busy schedule, and you just don't know what to do. But don't worry, this is the same situation that most ambitious and driven men eventually have to face, and it can make or break your relationship. But these techniques are the same ones I give my clients to turn things around and keep the spark alive and thriving whilst also balancing their careers. So let's get into it. First off, prioritizing quality time. It's easy to let work overshadow personal time with her in your fast-paced life. Always a fire to put out or the next thing to do. But it's essential to carve out moments just for you and her, just like you would for an important meeting. No distractions, phones off, TV off. Even if it's just 30 minutes a day, make it count. Listen to her and share your thoughts in your life, and ultimately focus on connecting. You may think it's enough to pay for things and think she's taken care of, but what she really needs is that emotional connection as well. If you ever found yourself wondering, does she even care what I go through? Ask yourself, when was the last time you actually shared what was going on with your work so that she could show her interest in it? So let's say you get home after a long day. Instead of jumping back into emails or work calls, spend those first 30 minutes with your partner. Ask about her day, share something interesting about yours. This small, consistent effort can really make a huge difference. It's about showing her that she's your priority and that you care and want to strengthen your bond together. And to build on this, think about setting up a recurring date night once a week. This doesn't have to mean going out. It could be cooking dinner together, watching a movie, or taking a walk. Creating a routine that both of you can look forward to breaks the daily grind and allows you to reconnect on a deeper level. And that brings us to number 2. Master the art of non-sexual affection. Contrary to popular belief, physical touch doesn't always have to lead to sex. Simple gestures like hugging, short but deep kisses, or a quick, gentle back rub as you cross paths can help keep that connection and spark alive. These small acts release oxytocin, which is known as the love or bonding hormone. For most people, it will strengthen your emotional connection, and it's a great way to show you care without any expectations. When your partner feels physically connected, it also creates a sense of security for her. It's not just about the act of touching, but the feeling of being valued and desired. Think about how you feel when she comes out of nowhere and kisses you or shows you affection for no other reason than her just wanting to express the feelings she has towards you. Every relationship I've been in with a girlfriend who did this was amazing. This is also a super easy and often neglected act that can really transform the current dynamic of your relationship from feeling distant to reforging that spark. If you're watching a movie with your partner, don't just sit on opposite ends of the couch. Sit close to one another, hold hands, or cuddle and stroke her back. When you walk past her, kiss her and continue on with your day. And think about how you can incorporate more of these affectionate actions in fun and spontaneous ways to avoid it feeling like a chore, so you can keep that spark alive. Step 3, communication is key. Now on to communication, and I don't just mean general surface level chatting. I mean having real, meaningful conversations. Communication is the bedrock of any relationship. It's how you build trust and connection. When you communicate effectively, you and your partner can align your goals, expectations, and feelings. This alignment is what keeps a relationship strong and keeps you on the same page. Share your day, your thoughts, and your feelings, but also be a good listener. Understand her needs and express yours too. This builds trust and deepens your connection. And one of the key things to remember is that men and women do communicate and feel things differently. If you want to avoid an argument, then when she comes to you with a problem or issue, then don't just jump into fixer mode and start giving advice. There is a time and place for that, but usually she'll just want to vent and have someone hear her out. Let's say she mentions feeling stressed about work. Instead of jumping in with advice, Say something like, "It sounds like work has been really tough for you. What's happening that's making you so stressed?" And then resist the urge to give advice. Trust me, I get it. I was the biggest culprit of this in my early relationships. Typical guy, here's a problem, works out a solution, move on to the next. But this will do more damage than you think and will shut her down from opening up about things to you. A lot of the time, she already knows what she needs to do to fix the problem, and she just wants to let out the emotional release so that she can get on with things. So show empathy, and if you aren't sure if she's actually wanting advice or if she is just venting to you, you can simply ask, "Hey, just wondering, do you just want to talk about and vent about this, or is it something that you would actually like help finding a solution with?" Trust me, she'll appreciate that way more than if you just start giving her your 10-step plan on something she didn't even ask for. This way, she'll feel heard and understood. I always tell my clients to have regular check-ins, and the next question they ask is always, how often should those check-ins be? And my answer is always the same. It depends on the relationship. Some 1 or 2 a month is good. Others, 1 to 3 a week works best. It comes down to what you and your partner need to feel heard and understood. In these check-ins, you want to talk about what's going on for you personally, anything that's currently affecting you or could affect the relationship, what's working and what needs work, and any other major issues you see coming up. This is a proactive approach and can prevent small issues from becoming bigger problems, as most of us tend to bottle things up until there's too much pressure and we just explode. So rather than waiting for things to go wrong, get ahead of things and make sure that you're on the right page with things instead of making assumptions, because your assumption could be wrong and do a lot more damage to your relationship than the original issue. Number 4, spice things up with surprises. Now, surprises break the routine and introduce novelty, which is incredibly important for keeping the relationship exciting. It shows though that you're putting in the effort and the relationship is a priority in your life. This effort is also what keeps the relationship dynamic fun and full of life and reduces the monotony that most couples fall into. It doesn't have to be this extravagant gift. A surprise date night, a note, or even a simple, "I can't wait for what we're going to do tonight" kind of text can reignite that excitement. The key is to show her that she's on your mind. For example, plan a date night that's out of the ordinary. Cook her favorite meal and set up a candlelit dinner at home. Or plan a night of cooking together. Or use one of my date night experiences. Or you can work out time for both of you and plan a weekend getaway. Sometimes a change in scenery can work wonders for your relationship. And it doesn't have to be far or expensive. Just a place where you can relax and enjoy each other's company without the usual distractions or stresses. Number 5, focus on foreplay. And finally, it's important that you don't rush this. Amazing foreplay could be the difference between you having a lot of hot, crazy sex and the boring routine once a month kind of sex. You want to take your time to explore each other and discover what feels good, whether you've been together for 6 months or 6 years. There's always something new to learn when you explore your partner's mind, body, and fantasies. Foreplay is such an effective tool because it creates so much anticipation and excitement when done right. It's not just a precursor to sex, but an essential part of the experience that enhances everything. By focusing on foreplay, you show your partner that her pleasure is important to you, and when a woman feels that, she begins to open up and become a lot more explorative and wants to make sure your pleasure is taken care of as well. You want to tease each other throughout the day, and not just physically, but mentally as well. Send flirty texts or compliments, build up that anticipation. And then, when you're in the bedroom, take your time, touch, kiss, explore. The goal is to make each other feel desired and appreciated, which naturally leads to more fulfilling experiences. And you always want to be trying new things. This could be a new massage technique, exploring different kinds of touch, or even changing the setting. Sometimes even the small things, changing out the lights for candles or soft music, can transform the atmosphere and heighten the experience. Now, if you thought this video was good, then you'll love this next part. I've actually created a complete step-by-step foreplay mastery video that goes over how you can supercharge your sexual relationships by implementing specific foreplay techniques. And no, it's not just some surface level BS you can find anywhere on the internet. If you want access to it, just DM me the word foreplay on my Instagram, which is linked below, and I'll send it over. And in the meantime, you should check out these.